Hello kings and queens, and welcome back to The Art of Life and Love. This YouTube channel is an extension of my wellness blog, also named The Art of Life and Love, which I'll put the link to down below. Welcome back if you've been here before, and hello and welcome if you're a brand new viewer. If you like what you see today, you can press that cheeky little subscribe button down below, and if you want to get an update of when I release my videos, which is every Tuesday, just go ahead and press that bell icon and you'll get a notification when my videos are released. So today I decided to switch things up. I decided to do something a little bit different. This is just the start of my blog. This is just the start of my channel, and I want to come at it from a very authentic and very real and very raw place. I don't want to come on here and be like, I've cured my depression and here's how you can cure yours. Here are the top 10 ways that you can beat the odds. I want to be able to use my experiences to give you guys the best advice that I can. I want to give you my top tips. I want to give you my techniques. I want to let you know how I handle and how I deal with my mental health issues, how I nurture my mental health, my physical health, and my spiritual health. I want to come on here and I want to do that from a place of realness. I do not want to be this showy blogger who comes on here and sells you dreams, basically. Mental health is tough. Depression is tough. There are literally no words that you could string together in a sentence that would encompass exactly what depression feels like. But what I do know is that healing is a journey, and I am still on mine. I am not cured. If you guys have read my recent blog post, which I will put a link to down below, I very briefly detail in bullet point form some of the horrific things that have been happening to me this year. On top of everything corona related, I've been through some very dark times. I've lost loved ones. I've had to move out of my home due to circumstances. I have had emergency surgery. I've been placed on furlough. I have a redundancy meeting next week with work where they're going to tell me whether or not I even still have a job. All of these things are still going on in my life. I am processing them. I am healing them bit by bit. I am taking my own advice. I'm setting boundaries. I'm taking everything step by step. But I am human. I am human, and so are you. We are not, robotic beings that can simply, flick a switch and suddenly we're all cured, we're all better. I come to think of depression as a cycle. There are things that you can do to help spot when your depressive episodes are coming and potentially lessen how heavy they are, which is what I've been doing. But I have still got depression. I am still working on my mental health, and I still fall because I am human. And what I want to do with this channel is I want to help you understand your own humanity, your own not limitations, but your own, your levels. I want you to know your levels. I want you to be able to get better at controlling your depression. And that's why I am going to show you this next clip. It is quite upsetting to watch. I've only watched it back maybe once or twice, and it's quite upsetting. Just to give you some context, so I had a lovely day yesterday. I had an amazing day yesterday. I got up early, I worked on my blog, I went to the gym, I went to a Zumba class yesterday, and it was a nice surprise because it was soca themed. I walked in and I had all these old aunties waving their flags and winding their hips and stuff, and I was just in the back like, oh, this is what I'm doing today. I really enjoyed that class. Feeling the burn now, obviously. Then I went and I went up to my old house to get my car. I went and I sat with friends for a little bit. I went out for dinner. I had a very lovely day. But I did enter an environment that I knew to be toxic. I didn't listen to my own advice. I didn't set a boundary of not even entering that place. I should have. I basically went back to my old house to grab my car. And I ended up going back inside the house, and well, I'll make some form of video or post on it later down the line about what exactly has happened to me in my old home, and why I shouldn't really be going back there and, you know, putting myself back into that kind of toxic atmosphere, toxic environment. It's very upsetting every time I go up, and every time I go up I regret it, and every time I go up I have a depressive episode. But it's growth, because I now understand why I have the depressive episode, and that's what makes the difference. When you are depressed, it will hit you out of nowhere. It will hit you out of nowhere. But that's not true. There are signs and symptoms that will show you that something's coming, and I will make another video on that in the future about what my signs are and how I recognize that a depressive episode is coming. You know, there are some signs that you can see, and there will be certain triggers that you know that if you're exposed to them, and then, you know, suddenly that evening or the next day you're waking up hollow, you can understand why. So once you spot your triggers, and once you spot the signs that something is coming, it does make it a whole lot easier, to lessen the heaviness of what you're experiencing, because suddenly, instead of just being in this dark cloud of depression, you can actually understand why you're there. And that's what I did. That's what I've done now. And that's why it hasn't lasted as long. Usually my depressive episodes would last weeks. Like, my cycles would be weeks, sometimes even months, just stuck in this cloud, this heaviness. But honestly, since I have had, like, you know, my spiritual awakening, since I've grown this year, since I've gone through the experiences that I've gone through this year, and since I've come to understand myself, my triggers and my signs a lot better, my depressive episodes are now days. And, you know, it may not sound like a lot, because it may seem like, well, you're still depressed, you still have depressive episodes, obviously what you're doing is not working. No, I have gone from spending months in this toxic cloud of depression to weeks to days. Growth, people, growth. And that's why I've set up this channel. That's why I've set up my blog, because it's possible. It's possible to handle, control, and cope with your mental health. You are not run by your mind. It is your mind. It belongs to you, which means that you have control over it. You just have to, you know, stick to the healthy patterns, and you have to watch out for the signs that something bad is coming. So back to the clip that I'm about to show you. I got home yesterday after my amazing day. I'd had a couple drinks, you know, and I felt so hollow. And it hit me all at once, just boom, depression. And what I usually do when I'm depressed is, if you guys have actually seen my blog, The Art of Life and Love, it's a joint wellness and creative writing blog. So when I'm sad, when I'm down, when I'm feeling hollow and it feels like nothing makes sense, I will write poetry. And that helps as an escape. It helps to release. It helps to put into words exactly how I'm feeling. And last night, instead of writing poetry, I decided to pick up my phone and record exactly what depression is and what it looks like. So if you're easily triggered, or if you're going through a really dark patch right now and you don't think you could handle seeing me at my worst, and, you know, there are tears, you know, if you don't want to handle that, if you can't handle that, if you don't want to see it, I will put down in the description the exact time that the clip finishes, so that you can just bypass it and hear my afterwards message. But yeah, so I basically, in the next clip, I describe exactly what depression means to me, what it is, and you'll see for yourself what a depressive episode looks like. So yeah, onto the clip. Depression is a feeling of nothingness. It is having an amazing day and coming home and not wanting to live anymore. It is a cloak that wears you, a cloak that covers you, weighing you down, and no one else can see it, and you don't understand why no one else can see it. It is a hollowness, like if someone were to come up and touch you, their hand would go straight through you because there's nothing there. It is a feeling of utter loneliness when surrounded by everybody that you love. It is the worst thing that you could experience because it is both nothing and every single moment of pain that you've ever felt all in one, and it's something that you know will come back even when you are okay again, and you know that there is no cure. It is something that will haunt you when you sleep, and it will haunt you when you are awake. It is something that will keep you awake because you know that when you wake up, you'll have to feel it again, and you'd rather sleep forever. It is darkness. It is sorrow. It is indescribable. It is an indescribable pit in the base of your stomach, like a stone, like a heavy stone in your stomach that just sits there, and you can forget about it for a little bit, but when you're alone and it's quiet and you've got nothing else to do, you feel it. And I am so tired. I am so tired of holding on when I don't have anything to hold on to. I don't have anything to hold on to. I'm so tired. Depression is a heaviness. It is feeling like you're trying to run through water, and you're trying to run as fast as you can, and you can't move very fast because there's something dragging you down that you can't shake off. And it is exhausting living a life that you don't see value in, living a life that you don't see worth in. It is chaos in your mind, like string all tied in knots, and you know that if you sat and you work through every single one of those knots and you manage to unravel them, that it would only last for a short while, and as soon as you put them back in your pocket, they're back in knots. And yet You keep taking them out and you keep unraveling them until your fingers are raw and bleeding. And you keep putting them back in your pocket, knowing you'll have to do the same thing tomorrow. And wondering how. Wondering how many more days you'll have to spend unraveling that string until you. It's like knowing you'll have to unravel that string for the rest of your life and wondering not if, but when the day will come that you are finally too tired to move your fingers. I'm tired. So, welcome back, and I know that will have been hard to watch, and if you managed to watch it the whole way through and you listened to my words, thank you, because, you know, part of me putting it out there is because that version of me deserves to be heard. Yes, I'm bubbly, I'm friendly, I'm loud, I'm sunny, but I also have a shadow side to me. I have a depressed side of me, I have a depressed version that not many people get to see. And I have not shown you that video to try and get sympathy off of you guys, to try and make you feel any sort of way. I've uploaded that video and shown it to you so that you can see the levels, so that you can understand what depression is right out of the mouth of a depressed person, especially if you don't actually suffer from depression and you don't really understand what it is or what it looks like. That's for you to kind of show you what we go through. I've also put it up there to show other depressed people that they are not alone in their thoughts, to also put into words what they may be feeling and what they may not actually be able to express, you know, and to show that I'm human and I will fall, and so will you, which is a hard truth to hear, you know, that there is no one solution fits all. There is no one pill that you can take that will magically make your depression disappear. But there are steps that you can take to help yourself. There are steps that you can help to alleviate yourself. And I also want to show you that clip because I want to show you that no matter how many times you fall, no matter how many times you fall, get back up. That's the only thing that matters. How many times you get back up. It's also okay to fall. It's okay. It doesn't mean that you're a failure. It just means that on that particular day, you were tired. Just like I was. You were tired and you didn't have the strength that day to fight your depression, and so it won. And it spoke with your mouth. And it acted and moved with your body. But you can fight back, and you will fight back. And if you take steps every day and you work on yourself every day, then you will still be able to get back up. You are worthy. You are love. You will be okay. The storm will pass. I hope you have a lovely week, kings and queens. I hope that if you fall this week, that you have the strength to get back up. I believe in you. I love you. I'm here for you if you need me. I will put the links to my blog and my other social medias down below. If you like this video and if you resonate with what I'm going through, and if you're happy to be on this journey with me, then give me that thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. Most of my videos will be how-tos. There'll be tips and techniques on how to cope with your mental health, how to improve your mental health. But every now and then I will have a video like this where I simply just have a conversation with you guys and I get real with you guys, because that's what I want to do. I want to be authentic. I want to be real. I want to show you my journey, every high and low of it. And I want to grow with you. So thank you very much for watching, Kings and Queens. I hope you have a lovely week and I will see you next time.